Evelyn,
So,
Evelyn,
yes, sir.
can we say that the network, meaning that we need to have exchange of phone numbers, we need to have where we can meet up. Additionally, outside of classes, we can say like, to keep communication because sometimes people don't have that friendship. So, like I said, people could be missing for a month and nobody would know. Maybe family not really tuned in to
Yes.
whatever. So the key is like you can get a text a day or maybe every couple of hours, whatever. Especially
Yes.
if you're in the heat of the situation, so people know where your whereabouts. Put an iPhone tracker on whatever phone that you have,
Yes.
so people know your location that you give to them that is in support of you. And I'm not. Delta is a good person. I understand the
Yes,
situation
he is.
because he's a
Right.
defense attorney. He would not be representing women. If
Well,
whoever is that is a survivor or person that triumphed of this, you would not be.
well, there are
You'd be
structures in
representing.
place.
You would be representing the other party, and that's nothing against whatever. And I'm quite sure that you've been on this other side as far as prosecutor too, or had that experience as well. So nobody's knocking that or anything of that
Nope.
nature, but you bring the legal insight to it all, and we appreciate
Yes.
everybody on this panel. And the key is get the word out. And
Before we get off this subject, though, Jay, there are actually, if you're living with one, it's a lip gloss color. Is it pink today? Is it red today? Like, there's code words you can use on like other FB and certain. There are structures put in place if people would inform themselves. Like, there are ways to handle this and how to share out your information, because if all you can, let's say the only thing you can get on this app and people don't understand, like the lip gloss is red and shiny today, that means she's in imminent danger, call 911 immediately. Even how, like, if somebody's trying to get, some of these scenarios require very specific steps. It's not just call the police and get out.
Hey,
Some of these require professionals involved. And so I think it's also important to understand there are some structures, and to be beneficial to those that are under, unfortunately, whether it's men or women that are under these types of living situations and circumstances, is it's not easy, but there is some structure to it. I just want to put that out there. Please inform your guys selves of whatever's in your community and be aware that there are some code words. Somebody says something random, it might be a life-saving comment they're making. Blink twice if you're in trouble. How many times have we done that jokingly on a live, and it might save someone's.
everybody here has gave solutions today.
can I just say something? I know, I think that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think I saw an advertisement. It was a commercial where the woman was on the phone ordering pizza.
Yes.
Yes, I was
Correct.
just about to say that.
No, she ordered DoorDash.
DoorDash, something she ordered, and then and she gave that code word, and they were asking. She called the police, but he thought it was DoorDash or pizza.
Right.
And they were asking her, like, is he in the house? And she was like, yes, we want all the toppings. She was using, like you said, Blondie, code words.
Exactly right.
To let them know exactly what the situation inside the home was. And I was glad that they're doing that. They should do it more often instead of, when the month comes out that it's awareness month or whatever. They used to show it all the time, but I don't see it as much as I used to.
That comes back to community awareness. So Delta, I noticed that we've been talking a lot. What do you have
no
to
worries.
say?
I'm listening.
Yeah. What do you have to say about the laws that you've seen that failed in these type of cases?
Well, okay, like I said, number one, I want to make it clear, and I said it since day one of joining Jay's Live. When I speak for Michigan. I'm not speaking, I don't know the laws in California, Florida, Texas. I'm not familiar with, their laws might be different than what mine is. Like in Michigan, if you have a PPO and you invite somebody back in, you broke that PPO because it went both ways.
I
Now
think
that's in Michigan. In California, you're saying it's different, and I don't doubt you. And same in Florida. But what the thing I would advise is, look, if you get a restraining order on somebody, keep it. Don't ever break it. Don't ever take somebody back. I mean, if he hits you once, twice, he's gonna do it again. I mean, I can guarantee you, he probably abused somebody else before he even hooked up with her.
so. What if the
That's
victim?
such a good point, though, Delta. I don't want to leave that point. Go ahead, co-parent. I'll go.
No, you're good. What if the victim didn't take them back? How did you see the court feel in that way?
If the court, what do you mean? If she said don't come in?
Yeah, if she never said that he can come back into the house or violated any orders or any, like, if any
Well, then,
victim were to have done everything right.
yeah, if she did everything correct again, and she sees him by the house, I mean, first thing you got to do is dial 911, tell him you're in imminent danger. Not don't even go through the whole spiel on what's going on. You know, just tell him you need a police in your house.
I mean, that's
now.
not to interrupt, Delta, but that's always the obvious, right? Like, if we're in
Well,
immediate danger,
because
but
there's some people that call 911 and they give an explanation. Like, if those are 2 minutes that could take for somebody to break into your house.
yeah, good
Just
point.
give the simple solution. Hey, I got a PPO, my ex is trying to break in. Make that first clear. That way, while you're explaining, police is already en route, if that makes sense.
But we're talking about as he's doing this. I mean, what laws could have prevented him from potentially doing this? Or even getting the chance to do it? Because we don't know a timeline yet. Like, everything's so muddied in this particular case. And as dates and the facts and, the cause of death and all of that start to come out, we'll start to see more of a pattern in his behavior. However,
I don't see a law that would have protected her. I mean, a personal protection order is what a personal protection order is. I mean, she followed everything by the book. He broke it. I mean, the only thing, I wished I could say that.
I mean, like, the behavior is going to, like, co-parenting. I think I understand where you're going with this, but these decisions and these behaviors and these types of occurrences are unfortunately things that are usually worked out after they happen, because they can happen in a split second. Right. So, if there's an order and it's on the calendar and everybody shows up and judge does their job and you make sure that you're documenting things, even if you're getting hang up calls,
Hey, Blondie,
you're getting doorbell ditch, all those things, you have to provide the information. I don't think there could be one law, though. I don't think there could be
somebody
one
brought
law.
somebody brought up a good idea as far as, maybe having something internal into the police department where they can check up on people, who have PPOs out.
Why can't these perpetrators, especially if it's proven they've committed an act, sorry to say, stay behind bars to start protecting women? And I mean victims, not just women.
Offender or something? You mean like a habitual offender or something like that? Is that what you're referring to, co-parenting?
I mean, in any case, if a woman is in immediate, or any person, is in immediate danger, and they call the police, or even in this case, like, it seems like there was something there that made this person get arrested or, like, told to leave right before. Like, the news article that we're speaking about said that she let him back after the TPO. So there had to have been an incident before the unaliving and the kidnapping and all of this craziness. Why couldn't he have been held and have maybe an expedited trial for these types of cases? I'm trying to look at more of a legal protection instead of a community protection, because right now community is not as strong as it should be, is my point.
I mean, I would just say, did she, like I put it in the comments, did she ever have any conversations with previous exes? Did she look and see if he had previous orders of protection against him? You know, if he started showing that behavior, as honestly as, and this is not meant to be hurtful, but are we doing right by ourselves? Ooh, that happened. Are we doing right by ourselves by looking to see if there's previous RTOs and looking to see if this is a previous, like a habitual kind of behavior? Are we speaking to exes or even his parents or other people that in his friends? Are we looking at this person? You're right. There's probably a lot. He looks like it's being said in the comments. There is darkness in his eyes.
So
like there's definitely. I don't think I understand where you're
that's
going.
not
If
what I'm
that's
saying.
not what you.
So I'm saying if cops are called in any DV situation, the perpetrator of the crime should be held until a trial. That way the victim can get better assistance. In this case, we don't know hardly anything. All we know is it looks like a break-in. They were in a relationship. Something happened to where a TPO was issued. And she let him back, and then maybe there was an argument and she kicked him. We don't know. It's all so muddied. But basically where I was trying to get Delta's input was, is there anything that as an attorney he could have possibly seen where we can strengthen certain laws, especially in his, his home state, since that's all he can speak about. Like, why aren't we holding perpetrators of these crimes, especially the violent ones, accountable? Why are the stays so short? And I'm not talking about a verbal argument between a couple unless it was going to escalate, because I'm sorry, sometimes couples just argue. But at the same time, if there is any physical harm, then that perpetrator should be held until the court date and charges, just like we do for almost any other crime.
No, but for every other crime, they have due process, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I'm just gonna say that they have a right to have bail, to be released, or to get out, whether they make that bail or not. They're just not letting them go like that, right, Delta? Or
Let me
Heavenly
let me
wanted
play this
to.
video real quick. Let me play this video.
And then Heavenly, you wanted to address Delta? Heavenly?
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, baby.
You
Let me play
wanted
the
to.
video.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Heavenly, you go. Okay.
In Southern California, an Arizona woman's body found in the trunk of her own car in Huntington Beach, and her boyfriend arrested for murder.
True Crime Arizona has been piecing together what led up to Christy Romero's murder, and tonight, her family and police are revealing new details. True Crime correspondent Brianna Whitney is here with us now. And Brianna, this case did not just happen overnight.
No, it's been going on for a few weeks. It's so tragic how this ended. It's one of those awful suspected domestic violence incidents that just ends in the worst way. Christy Romero had gotten a valid order of protection against her boyfriend, Richard Rodriguez, just days before she died. Now we know Rodriguez is charged with first-degree murder, but based on the timeline of events, many more charges could be coming his way. She was a mother, grandmother, and beloved member of the Holbrook community, leaving even the police chief in disbelief when her body was found in the trunk of her own car.
We didn't know that things had taken a turn until yesterday morning.
Christy Romero had been dating this man, Richard Rodriguez. Holbrook Police Chief Nathan Christensen says he first had contact with them on October 17th when Christy wanted Rodriguez to leave the house. Then on November 2nd,
we got called by